seem hard.
Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Cold War. So let's start on the campaign. It actually does look really good. I've never really been a huge fan of the Call of Duty campaigns. The old ones, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, were by far and away my favorite. But the new one's not terrible. I haven't actually finished it. I made about half to 75% of the way through, and it does look good. It plays well. The story's decent. But it's just a Call of Duty campaign. There's nothing super special about it. It just feels like a filler just to add into the game. It's definitely not the reason you buy the game. The reason you buy the game has always been multiplayer, pretty much. The colors are good. Everyone seems to be going for a pink and purple 80s and 70s theme nowadays, I guess. I don't know. But the HDR looks fantastic. The graphics are good, much better than Call of Duty's of old. I'm moving over to multiplayer. So here's the menu system. They changed a little bit how you do the attachments, but I honestly like the way they have it now for setting up classes.
Hello.
And it's entirely based on points now for your score streaks, which is good and bad. It helps level the playing field a little bit. People who aren't as bad, but then you get people there's so many score streaks, so you pretty much have to have cold blood or ghosts on your gun or whatever. They did bring back Nuketown. I am waiting for the day they finally bring back Hijacked, which is the best map that we have never seen again. I don't know why. I do like when they bring back the old maps. Some people say, oh, it's because they can't make up anything new. Well, no, they can't, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the multiplayer it plays well. It's smooth, it plays well. The issue with me is the people and the matchmaking. So if you put it on cross-platform, you'll just get a bunch of sweats from PC who can outclass you because it is easier with keyboard and mouse. But that being said, you could use a keyboard and mouse on the Xbox if you choose to play that way. So it does even out there. You could also turn off cross-platform, but they do have the matchmaking skill. Feels broken. I feel like I'm always playing people who are better than me by far and away, and I'm by no means very good at this game. I'm okay. I've never been great at Call of Duty multiplayer. But I'm not alone with this. I went and looked into it because it felt like I was getting harder games every time. But it's not. It's a very common problem, it seems like, where the matchmaking is way too heavily based on skill to make it damn near impossible if you've played the game before to do well consistently. You will always do bad. And then the people, as per usual, it just turns into a camp fest most of the time, and you just gotta worry about getting people out. But all in all, I do like it. The maps are okay. The ones that are not Nuketown. There's a couple that I like, a couple that I don't like. Moving over to the surprise of the game, actually, for me is zombies. This is what I've enjoyed most about this Call of Duty. Zombies has always been good. I've always been a fan from World at War to Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 3. But in this one, I like it. They've made it more story-based from the get-go, unlike the old ones where they sort of just developed the story from what they have. They brought back Nocturne Toten a little bit. They give you that little bit of nostalgia when you walk around the inside of Nocturne Toten, but it's obviously nothing like Noct. It's a totally different map. It feels totally different. And what they added in I like, because the way I've always said zombies should be is they should have it be easy just to run and play through with whoever you want to, whenever you want to. But if you choose to, like you've got some time or you're good at it, you can make it more complicated, which I'm glad they did, because there was a couple of maps at older times that were a pain to get the power on or to get Pack-a-Punch, and the Easter eggs impossible, which is fine. I like that the Easter eggs are always hard to do. That makes it fun. The difficulty makes it fun. But if you want to just settle down and do a normal quick playthrough, you can do that. There's also a Dead Ops arcade mode that they brought back if you're interested in that sort of thing. I'm really not. You get exfil now, which sort of means you can end the game. So like, let's say you're getting bored because you've been playing for 3 or 4 hours because you're on round 50, or you've got to go all of a sudden, you can go. They also added this, which is the crafting table. It's so you can get salvage, blue or green. Blue is the harder one to get, and you could buy things like score streaks or self revives that do make it really fun. And the zombies aren't like the Verrect ones where they could just grab and hold on to you. They're pretty easy to slip by, but the sheer numbers do make it. There's also 3 levels of Pack-a-Punch, 1, 2, and 3, and you get your upgraded ammo at the same spot. So the Pack-a-Punch levels, there's your self-revive. So the Pack-a-Punch levels are 5,000, 15,000, and 30,000, which I also like, because in high rounds you still have something to spend money on. It's not like the old ones where you get to round 20 or 30 and you've got 100,000 points and you're just like, alright, now I'm just sort of settling in for the long run. It will keep getting interesting. They also changed the dogs that they have. They are new. They are a pain to deal with because they're kind of like a mixture of the exploding zombies from Kino. And then you go to the the ether, which is kind of reminiscent of, I guess, Stranger Things. When you shoot the zombies that float upwards here, it's darker, there's a lot more weirdness to it, but it is still the same map. You do things like the Easter egg here, you get parts here, you have to go through the tunnel, and then to get the part for the Pack-a-Punch, super easy to do. I like that. They also have ammo crates now where you can buy them for $250, $5,000, or $2,500 depending on what level of Pack-a-Punch you're at. Unless it's the ray gun, which is 10,000. And they brought back the ray gun again, and it is extremely good. It is the best gun in the game, which is the way it always should be. I feel like in older Call of Duties they made it where it wasn't really that good, except for World at War ones, but now it's fantastic. They also have the DIE, the die machine, which is the other wonder weapon. It's good, but I think it's too good. It never runs out of ammo, which is kind of cheap, but it is what it is. It's still fun. It makes it a lot of fun. It makes it super easy too. And then you also have, that's how you build the Pack-a-Punch. Super simple, and it pulls you back to the normal one. There's a bunch of Easter eggs. And they also have these boss zombies that come every so often. They are a pain, but they do make it more difficult, or else it'd be really easy just to get to round 50 or 100 for anybody. So they shoot these exploding acid bombs at you that will hurt if you stand in the same spot. They can also hit you, which does a lot of damage, so you gotta shoot them in the face for extra damage. They do have a lot of health, and once you get them down to nothing, they will actually split into two sort of separate things that are pretty much the same as far as damage goes. So there's plenty of open spaces on here. It's amazing how open it is. It feels like going back to an older zombies, and I love that. There's plenty of room to run around if you've got like 3 friends. It's not, you don't feel cramped like you do on the old ones. There's plenty of space. And it also shows your damage now per shot, which I like that. So you know it helps you figure out which guns you like best. And headshots really, really matter in this one. It matters more than any other zombies that I could remember. So now once you get him down to 0, he splits into these two, which is the same thing, and you've got to kill them now, which are even more annoying than the first guy. So you have Stamina Up, you've got Juggernog, you've got Quick Revive, you've got Speed Cola, you have Deadshot Daiquiri for some reason. That was one of the ones I brought back, and this other one, which is basically upgraded ammo. Every so often of shots, it'll just give you an extra one, and it stacks on top of whatever upgrade ammo you buy, so don't feel like you're replacing it. It's good, it's useful, especially in the earlier rounds. I do wish they had more perks, like they didn't bring back like PhD Flopper, Double Tap. I don't know what happened to those. No, yeah, I do love it. They obviously need more maps. I love the game mode. I love the way it plays. It doesn't really, it's similar enough to old zombies where you won't feel like you're starting something new. When you pick it up for the first time, you'll be able to do just fine if you're good at the old one. But on the other hand, it does feel fresh and different, which I love that. But yeah, throughout I looked at the times of what I'd played on the first week of this game, and I had played almost 80% zombies. That's how much I enjoyed it compared to the multiplayer. The multiplayer is still good. It's just same old, but this, I really, really enjoyed playing this, which you can see by the amount of time I spent devoted to this in the video versus the campaign and the multiplayer. But that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about the game or want to see more content like this, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.